you might be ready to become successful. Well, I am anyway. But let me tell you, I know we all have different meanings or definitions for what successful is, but I'm talking about where you are at a place in your life where you have everything you want. You have all the money, you have the relationships, you have the freedom, you have something that you're doing that you love, whatever it is, whatever your definition of success is, you can have it. And if you don't have it, it's just because you stopped. You stopped going for it, and that we are all born with the ability to become immensely successful if we will keep going to where we are directed, and that's given to us. That's our God-given talent or ability or whatever it was, whatever we were ordained with when we were born, and everyone has something. I got to tell you something. I just spent several hours on a summit with Grant Cardone. And, I got to tell you, I had a little bit of I signed up for it. I didn't know why I was doing it, but because I also had a little bit of judgment before from someone else. I remember hearing something from another mentor, and I kind of believe that. And it's crazy how we form these things and they hold us back. We form judgments. And he gave a wonderful presentation today, and because what he did was he brought on so many people, billionaires, millionaires, who talked about exactly what I've been saying for the longest time. When we move through periods like this in our world, what happens is the rich people know what's happening, they know it's going to be over, and so they get busy right then doing something else to make more money. There is a reason that the rich get richer and the poor get poor. And that's what happens, because we will sit around and look and doubt ourselves and go through all of that. But there's a process that we can use to move through that. And I've created it. That's the crazy thing. I've created it. So they all informed my story, basically. And Grant told his. And in the beginning, he'd done well at a certain point, but he wasn't able to move beyond that. And he couldn't figure it out. And then he realized that he was focusing on creating a really great product. Other people were making it, and they were doing so much more because they were focusing on the marketing. Because, see, we humans, what happens is we will just get attached to something because of the way it's said, or the fancy words, or whatever it is. We just look at that. And for most times, also how much it is. It doesn't even matter if the thing that we're buying, if there's quality there. If it's really expensive, then let's go do it. And let's do it to a degree where we can't even afford it and put ourselves in debt to do. I know, I've done it, so I'm talking from experience. However, he realized that he could combine the both. He wasn't going to compromise his product, but he just had to work more on his marketing. And that was one thing. Then Robert Herkovich, who was from Shark Tank, he was there. Wonderful interview. And he was an immigrant. He talked about coming over with his family. They came over on a boat and all. And his problem was he started later. He had to change his mindset. That's what a lot of us have to do, because he said his family, that his father worked hard, and he got in his head that all he had to do was work hard forever to be successful. And he changed that belief. It took a while, but he changed that belief, and that's why he's a multimillionaire as well. Then we had Rob Dyrdek. Who the guy, he was a skateboarder, and he has this show still on MTV, Ridiculousness, which I've watched, and it's fun. And that was shocking as well, because he's so bright. This man is so aware. He had early success, but then he realized it wasn't doing what he wanted, and so he had to do a reflection. Go back and figure out who he is, and then that's where he came back. It was astonishing to sit there and listen to him, because I would have not known that he was this brilliant. And even Grant said that as well. He says, wow, you need to be on as a motivational speaker. And then we had Shaquille O'Neal. Another one who shocked me. He's so smart. He said he got busy doing things, because he knew that when, so he's quite wealthy now, but he knew that when major players retire, a lot of times years later, they have nothing. And so he was going to get ahead of that, and he took all the advice. He listened to people and just started going for things, but he did it in a very smart way. He would check everything. He said if it was going to be something that was have it happen overnight, he wasn't going to do it because he didn't believe it. And he went about again, it was shocking to see how whatever impression you might have had of him, but it was the most insightful talk that I'd ever heard. It was brilliant, and it was inspiring for me because it was the right timing. It just validated everything that I've known. I wrote a check to myself years ago for $11 million. I said, that's what I'm going to do. I was inspired by Jim Carrey when he wrote his for $10 million. And I have always known that I was going to get there and I was going to do it. But I was only going to do it with something that I knew I believed in, and that was me. And took me years and years and years to break down my resistance to becoming myself. The only reason that everyone is not horribly, massively successful is that their unwillingness to become themselves. Rob said, again, belief was the main problem for him. Belief, and for all of them, was belief. And for me, it was the same thing. But now I have the belief. And this is why I'm offering my program to you. I mean, I know that it will give you the ability to know who you are. There's nothing more important than understanding why you are on the earth, because it's for a very specific reason and it's yours. And that's what you have to find out. My program takes you through this so that you become aware of who you are. It doesn't happen overnight. As you can see, and everybody's talked about, we know how long it takes for us to change. But I know that it will happen, which is why I guarantee it. So this is why I've opened it up, and I'm closing it off tomorrow. So if you want this program, take it now. At this rate, you have to think about this. I'm guaranteeing this. I'm guaranteeing that you're going to come out knowing more of who you are, feeling more confident, self-assured, because see, that's how we create a successful life. If we're fearful and in doubt, we can't do that. And I was in doubt, but because I have to know, I operate a little bit differently. And if you've known me, I've done that with everything. When I was working on my singing programs, I had to know that they worked before I could get them out there and really talk about them, because I'm not a salesperson. I'm just somebody who wants to present in something that's going to help people. And so now that I know that, I've decided that I am closing this off tomorrow. I am creating Your Life Operating Instructions in another place, and people who go through 4 weeks can then go to Your Life Operating Instructions, because that's going to be a year program. However, the deal that I've made with all of you is this. You take this program now, and you will not pay for that. You go into Your Life Operating Instructions and you won't have to pay anything else, because that's going to be a monthly subscription. I have to look at how I can get to my retirement, because I'm an old guy. Not old. I am so... If I'm telling you, I know it shocks me how young I am at 71. But anyway, so this is what I'm going to do. So please take the program. It's guaranteed. What do you have to lose? I'm giving you something that gives you the ability to transform your life, and you can have it forever. You can talk to me as long as I'm still around too. But it was just really magnificent. I don't know what your day is like. I haven't looked at the world because I know what's going on. And I told you this would be happening as we're moving through this transition. So the best thing that you can do is decide to work on you, because this will pass. But the more that you work on you, you help the world evolve as well. And you'll understand that soon. So anyway, I'll see you soon, guys.